Like when I went up UK, I just kept seeing the double fours every day, 44 every day, every day, every day. So I'm like, all right, what the fours mean? You Google it, it say it means angels are around you. Then but it didn't feel like it. Then my daughter got 44 in her name. I thought it meant my daughter. Then my son got 11 in his name. So in his birthday, then social. So I thought it meant my daughter, my son, and my daughter. I thought that's all I needed to be worrying about. They telling me like 1144, bitch. Worry about your son and your daughter. So then I looked at the 44th state, Wyoming. Not going there. Looked at the 44th country or whatever. Country code 44 is for UK. So I went there just to see something. As soon as I got there, I knew I was there for nothing. But I figured, let me stay out the country for at least 30 something days and maybe the bitch will jump out of me. But she didn't jump out. I went to the edge, one of them tall ass buildings in New York. She didn't jump out. So I might get a dog. Then she might jump out. But that dog might attack me. So I don't know. Just trying to get her to jump out. But she won't. So I believe when I went up UK, like my third day there, I washed some clothes. The outfit I wore, I washed it. And I hung it to dry in the bathroom. Motherfucker stole my clothes out the bathroom. There's no cameras in the bathroom, so they couldn't see who stole my clothes. But somebody stole my clothes. So they probably, and then that's when I heard them say, oh, Jay-Z here, he's staying in a hotel across from you. I ain't believe that shit either. He shouldn't know me because I don't know him. So then that's when never met him, never talked to him, nothing. So that's when but I believe that they're trying to put me in. They must think I'm due some money, and it's like they trying to put me in Beyonce's vessel. I don't want to be in her vessel. I don't want to be nobody but myself. So that's when I think they must have did a crime as me, set Jay-Z up as me. They did some type of crime as me, and I had to leave. Like I just felt fear. I just felt the need to leave. And I didn't understand why, because I didn't see anything that would make me want to leave. But I felt it. Like it's getting scary, we gotta go. Type of shit. But they probably framed me for a crime. So now if I go back and take my fingerprints, they'll definitely frame me for a crime. So it'll show like, oh, she came at this time, the crime happened at this time, then she left at this time. But it's not even me. Like I will have to live stream myself the whole time I'm there. Who wanna go through that? And then send it to the authorities and hopefully they save it. Who wanna go through that? Like who? So it's like no matter where I go, even in the United States, they could follow me and frame me. So anytime I see clothes missing, I know to leave. Because they framing me. But and hopefully I know this right away. So when I go out of state, I be having to go to crisis. Can't frame me if I'm there. Right? But while I'm staying in this house, they making me slow. They call it slow cooking. It's what the Africans were calling it, slow cooking. But it's when you fry your brain. You know how they say, oh, this is your brain and this is your brain on drugs? Right? You'll think it was because of my weed or my cigarettes, but it's because of the Africans. But they could easily blame it on the weed or the cigarettes. So now they making me slower and slower by the day. They want me blind, dumb, deaf, and slow. They already trying to take out my left eye. They want me blind, dumb, deaf, and slow. And paralyzed. You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up for somebody who ain't do nothing to you. All they doing is creating a case for y'all dumbass. Like we doing this for the money. They kind of find out you got set up because it ain't no money. Like these niggas stupid, but yet I done got raped and left with AIDS just so a bitch could say, "How does it feel? How does it feel to have AIDS?" Bitch, you act like I gave you AIDS. You act like my family gave you AIDS. I don't even think they'll touch it, dumbass. That's why you had to go to the extreme to rob them and kill them. I don't want to know how it feels for you to have AIDS. Nobody I know gave it to you. You probably gave it to them, but they ain't give it to you. So I'll never know how you feel because I don't know how you got it. Unless she want me to fuck the same nigga she fucked. Maybe she was forced and want to force me. But a bitch who try to make you go through what they went through ain't forced. Unless the same motherfucker that forced her is trying to force me. So I gotta get ready for my age test. When I see them fours in my eyes now, when I see them fours, like right now I see it. Can you see it? Right now I see it. Fours. I see it every day. It's crazy I see it while I'm talking. But I see it every day. See? It's about to say 441. And that's the address up New York that I think I need to go to because that's where it all started. But when I went there and told her that I keep seeing synchronicities to come here, like I don't know if you cursed me, but can you get it off of me? I don't know what you did, but can you get it off of me? It's something connected to this apartment that is bothering me and getting my kids raped. You I already confronted the bitch in 2020, I think 2024. It was either 2023 or 2024. I confronted her. I think it was 2024. I confronted her. The bitch had my baby picture. That's how I got the baby picture to put it on my page. But see, the people who in that apartment now is probably there to get blamed. Because see, when I was in that apartment, the people who in that apartment now, they was not there. They was not there. They was not in that apartment. The only people that were in that apartment when I was in that apartment was Carol, her son Chris, and Yolanda. Mm, I never saw Gary at that apartment. So just like, but see, Carol probably stayed in that building, just not at that apartment. Because that's what they did to me in Kingsbury while I was in the low rise, thinking I was in the low rise of Kingsbury with my real kids. They just tore it down. I don't know what they turning it into, but it's two twin towers, and then there was a set of apartments in the low rise. They had me in the low rise with I thought they were my real kids, but they had me in the low rise with a replacement kid, with the replacement kids, while they were in the high rise with the real kids. And that's probably what they did to Carol when I was at Brooklyn, now that I'm thinking about it. That probably was what they did to Carol. Because Carol took a picture of a wedding in her apartment, but I don't remember being at that wedding. I don't remember the wedding at all, but I saw the picture. But I don't remember the wedding at all, but I saw the picture. But I don't remember the wedding. So Carol probably was in that same building, just a different apartment with the fake kid, while I was in that same building with the fake mother, and they had the real kid, which was me. You- They like being in the same building with you with your kid. See, it wasn't funny up New York. They won't laugh at shit like that. But in Trenton, they find that hilarious. But it won't be hilarious if you find out that they did that to a few Trenton residents and not just me. You know? So Carol probably stayed in that building, just on a different floor. And while Carol was on a different floor, the real Carol was on a different floor with the fake kid. Her real kid was on a different floor with the fake Carol. So I'm about to go find that out. I'm about to go find out. And then she even had a fight on the elevator as the real Carol, and probably got charged for the crime as the real Carol. Because it was court papers came in the mail. I remember that. Photographs of the incident and everything. That came in the mail. So it probably came to the fake Carol. But if she had to go to jail, because I'm like, Carol never went to jail for that. But it seemed very serious. But she never went to jail for it. So they probably sent the real Carol to jail for a crime she didn't even commit. They did damage. They took somebody's eye out. They took somebody's eye out, and now they trying to take out that same eye on me, but they just trying to do it from the inside. They big on taking out the left eye. But I believe that because she took her high heel shoe off and just started beating the lady up. So I believe she committed the crime. But Carol, the fake Carol committed the crime with the real Frankie. But the real Carol went to jail. And I guess the fake Frankie went to the father. So he swear that Frankie he was with was his daughter when I'm probably his daughter. And that's how he got set up by having a fake kid in the house. And that's what they did. So, when I make them faces, that's not me making the faces, it's what's inside of me. So it's like, she knows. She figured it out. Yeah, because y'all not smart. And if something works, you just keep doing it. But they don't just keep doing it, they overdo it so you can figure it out. I never seen people that overdo the same pattern so you can figure it out. Then get mad when you figure it out. Like, we gotta keep her quiet. Now what you gotta do? This bitch just keep going and going. So it's like the same way she did the crime as Carol, I was right there and I witnessed it. The same way she did the crime as if she was Carol, but she didn't go to jail for that crime. The real Carol probably went to jail for that crime. And when the real Carol went to jail for that crime, that's probably when she had Brandy, her youngest daughter. Then this dumb bitch overstepped her boundaries and went and got Brandy too. It- it- And then that's when Gary found out Brandy's not your sister. Even though Brandy might be my sister, it's just that I was the only one that got switched. I was the only one that got replaced in that family. So Brandy might not be my sister, but she might be my sister. I just think he found out that Carol wasn't Carol. But he found that out back in the 80s. He found out Carol wasn't Carol. Because he said that ain't your sister and that ain't your mom and I'm not your dad. So what am I here for? You know? So now that they done set Carol up, she probably died in jail. So now that they done set Carol up, They probably did the same thing, and my son in jail too. So that must be my real son. Yeah, maybe, maybe not. But the same way they set Carol up, they tried to go to UK and set me up. So now you got all these Jay-Z fanatics spitting every time they see me. Like, bitch, I'm not the reason. I don't even know Jay-Z. You- When I went to UK, it wasn't, and I'm gonna tell them next time I see them, which more than likely it'll be today. But I'm gonna tell them like, I don't know Jay-Z. I didn't go there to meet him. I didn't go there to set him up. Nothing. So they committed that crime so I could go to jail. Bitch, if I go to UK, I probably will never leave because I'll be charged with a crime I never committed. And this, they did the same thing to my son. It's still charges that they done did and acted like my son did it. Yeah, and he ain't do it. They keep framing people. That's all they do is frame people. And that's what Jay-Z was saying, like, bitch, they framing me. When you got capabilities to look exactly like the person you framing, you could frame anybody with those capabilities. Anybody. So every time I leave, I try to stay on camera somewhere. Like even in UK, they really couldn't charge me with that crime. You know what I'm saying? I think them in UK was trying to charge was I think the people from UK in here was trying to frame me. But they couldn't really frame me for a crime because I was always in my room and the only time I left my room was to go to the library where I was on camera or to go get something to eat where I was on camera. Mm. Or if I took a subway somewhere I was on camera. I was always on camera. Mm. Every hostel I went to had a camera. I was always on camera. You know what I mean? Always on camera. Always. I was always on camera. So even if they tried to frame me, it's like all they gotta do is run the camera and see that it wasn't me. Or they probably did run the camera and said, "Oh, we can't charge her because the time it happened, she was is proof that she was at the hotel." You. So they probably wanted me to go to UK and never come back. You should, but they couldn't because I was always on camera, and that's how it is here when I'm at home. Like, even if the cameras don't work or they erase that shit in my apartment, I'm still on camera coming in the building, coming in my apartment. I'm still on camera having no company. They purposely want my ID in my apartment. You talking about the devil turns your mom into a dog. I don't believe that. I believe he turned a family member into a dog, but it wasn't my mother. I believe they sent my mother to jail and gave her unjust time for a crime she didn't even commit. Just imagine giving somebody life for a crime they didn't even commit. And then she had to give her youngest daughter probably to a correction officer. So these witches are connected to the correction officers. That's why the correction officers allow rape to happen. They allow it to happen. And sometimes they indulge their self. Most of the time, they indulge their self. So they probably gave Brandy to the correction officer, which in return somehow ended up in the fake Carol's hands. So then I used to ask for my sister when I got a little older. I went and got when I got a little older, I went and you know to see Brandy. That was her name. And she wasn't being treated right. But I couldn't take her because I wasn't her sister, so they say. Mhm. But now that I know what I know, I was. I could have just took her and left. Because that wasn't her mom. She can't call the cops if I would have just took Brandy and left, she couldn't call the cops. Just like now, they talking about my baby dad Sam in Canada. So who's the baby dad that's with my daughter? And he's fucking my daughter. So it looked like she fucking her dad, but her dad is really in Canada somewhere. Probably dead, in jail. Who knows? So who's with my daughter? Who's with my daughter? So yeah, every time I go somewhere, I gotta go to crisis. Either go to crisis when I go to another state, or just spend mad money running from them, and that's what they want you to run around the world running from them, just so you could, you know, go broke. Y- So I would never go out this country. Y- They can't really frame me for they can't really frame me for a crime because I'm in the house. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make this video kind of short because I want to download it to Facebook and YouTube, but they won't let me hit the download button. When I hit the download button, it does nothing. Why? Why? How did you just control my phone where I push a button, it does nothing? Like the option is there, but when I push it, it does nothing. So they was trying to frame me, but the people who helping them probably don't even know that's what they doing. And then they would have came back as if they was me. You get what I'm saying? I would have went to UK. I would have stayed in UK because I would have been locked up. And then they would have came back to my apartment as me. And nobody would have known. Not even the people who helped them. They wouldn't have known he got played. These people are playing everybody. These people wouldn't even have known they was getting played. And then it's like, even when they find out they getting played, you can't say nothing because you thought we were doing something else and you helped us. So you have to incriminate yourself to tell. See, I don't get involved in shit like that, so I don't have to incriminate myself. But I think somebody is somewhere else working as my son. I would say his social so you could check, but I can't violate him. But I can say my social. But I think somebody is working under Deshaun K. Knight. Yeah, somewhere else. DESHONN. Because they won't let him get a job. And when he go to welfare, they won't even give him cash. Like he's eligible. I wasn't eligible because I, went over my limit, but he's eligible. They don't want him to get cash or nothing. I think somebody is using his identity and working somewhere. What state? I don't know, but it's somewhere. They won't let him work under his real name. So they locked him up so now they can keep working under his real name. That gotta be past identity theft and past fraud. It- That's just pure evil. So I gotta go out there and talk and try to download this shit. But yeah, that gotta be past identity theft. When I identity theft shouldn't hurt that person. Not to the point where they get raped. Like, and the only reason, and the rapists are so stupid because the only reason they still out here on the street, it's because they know that these rapists, once you go to these rapists, they never let you go. So they will always know where you at because the rapists will keep you busy getting raped. You- So they could work as you because they know you somewhere getting raped. You- It ain't like you out and about chilling with the rapist, none of that. And the bitch still using Carol's identity, even bought houses under Carol's identity. How you buying houses under a bitch identity who might be dead? Talking about unburied Carol. Where's she buried at? How you making all these? How you buying all these houses under? Because Carol didn't like the police. It's just weird. But how you getting all these houses under Carol's name if she dead or locked up? And just in case they find out you gave it to the Africans that you hate, she hate Africans. What's inside of me? Hate. Whoever was acting as Carol hated Africans. Hated Haitians or Africans, whichever one. She hated them. So now you want to frame them? You- So you create the situation just to hurt people. Right. Why don't you just go live? All you got to do is live. But it's like they live their life setting people up and framing people. So I gotta go there and tell them motherfuckers, bitch, y'all getting set up. Sell that shit, make a profit, and leave. Cause that wasn't the real Carol that sold you the house. And it's sad, but it's like the state troopers is with this shit. Mm. You'll think they'll be here protecting a motherfucker. But they with it. They act like they protecting me, but they only protecting me so they can frame me. You- Cause God forbid I go outside and get shot in the head. You can't frame me. And you can't be me because I'll have a death certificate. That's what I need to do. I need to die publicly. And I thought they was being disrespectful like 10 years ago when they said that shit. They said you gotta die publicly. I thought they was being disrespectful, but they not. I have to die publicly to get a death certificate. Because if I die in my apartment, they gonna cover it up. They already got the Africans working here as the cleaning company. And then they got a pedophile with the keys on his desk in the property manager office. So what is you doing? Giving the Africans the keys? You know? So it's like the state troopers and the police down with setting me up. And you would think the state troopers wouldn't be down with that because they killed the state trooper named Frankie Williams. That's one of your own. So if they could do that to him, they could do that to you. You- Yeah. State troopers showed me they not here to protect the sex trafficking victims. They are here to protect the sex traffickers. But you took an oath. You took that badge and that gun in that car. You disgraced. Yeah. So anyway, I gotta rest for like 20 minutes to figure out how to download this shit so I could upload it. But when I upload it, it might be like a little off. Like you might see my mouth moving, but the words will come out before or after. Like it'll be a delay or something. I don't fuck with these people. I tell them every day, I'm not on your side. I'm telling you every chance I get, bitch. So I probably send this shit to the embassy and tell them how the witches connected to UK and America or framing people. And then if they frame somebody high level, then my story might matter. You 'cause it'll all be included. But this is the end. Thank you for watching me. Goodbye.